My name is Dontez Lindsay. I am the general manager of Dux Trading LLC, as well as the lead trainer of StockCraft. I'm not a financial advisor, nor a CPA, and the content I create is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I trade in my account, and everything I do is hypothetical in nature because it doesn't happen in your account. My experience with trading is not typical. Okay, I think the connection is finally stable. All right. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Yesterday was crazy. SPY actually went lower last night, and it's going lower now. Yesterday it may have been a bull trap, and today may be a bear trap. So my initial response is I kind of want to hold like an option or something that can leverage my SPY down to like 403, something around there. And you have a dovish Fed speaker speaking today at 8:30, and then you have a bearish one speaking like at 7 o'clock or like something towards the night, and that's after close on a weekend. So yeah, but other than that, the only thing up right now in the small caps is SIDU. This one up to 4. According to Steven, he said it didn't have a lot of volume and treated like an IPO. I don't like the fundamentals, like how small it is compared to its float. Like it looks like, it could easily trap you and push. In terms of the catalyst, just from the little scan you just saw me do, it looked like a merger. They signed a contract with somebody, something to do with space. So the way you see that is I couldn't find the other company to see like how big they actually are. But at the end of the day, I think this should be higher than it actually is. And I'm looking for something closer to about like 140% before I even think about shorting. Looking at the borrows for now, 44 cents to borrow this. And it being up 100%, it's not super expensive, but it's kind of expensive for a $4 stock. At the end of the day, I still think it can go higher, so I should probably get these borrows now. In terms of volume, I saw it open at like 10.8, so that puts us at over 100 on the underestimate of the day. In terms of like 10 million on this kind of float and market cap, that's not crowded. I think crowded something closer to 15, and the SPY is it's making those new lows right now. I spent all of yesterday watching the bloodbath. Do all the speakers from Wall Street have a animal symbol like bears and hawks? No, it's just bears and bulls. Hawks and doves is for the Fed speakers, and that's pretty much like a hunter versus, you know, something more friendly and pretty, something that's not harmless, or yeah, something harmless, and you don't have to worry about it. The main thing is, in the morning, there's a dovish speaker, and he's like the king of doves, which means like when he speaks, everyone feels a sense of security, and then they want to spend their money in the market. At the end of the night, there's Bullard, who is the king of hawks. And so if we're ever going to put 75 points basic hikes and like more on the table, he's the guy to do it, because he's the one that like first said it in the first place. That started that big drop from like 450 to like 405. Well, technically the one that started was the vice chair nominee, Brannard, who said we're going to take off 90 million, or we're going to speed up taking off the debt on the balance sheet. And then he kind of, just sped it up by saying, oh yeah, we're also probably going to do 75 points basis hike, even though we haven't done it in a long time. So yesterday, the reversal that everyone saw from like the short squeeze that was happening the day before, that's a mixture of a lot of things that caused that big spike yesterday, or not spike, that big drop, the big fade, like over $20 in one day, which is still crazy. No matter how much I want to short this SPY right now, it's just going to be a trap. My actual plan was for this to go to like 418 before I even thought about touching it. Seeing this actually open up at forward like 11, like I don't even feel FOMO at this point. I kind of feel like I know it's a trap now. But if this goes to 400, yeah, I still wouldn't even feel FOMO. If anything, I want to buy this when it gets down into like the 405 area, because I know it's a trap. But that's just going to be me for now. In the meantime, I sat on my hands all yesterday and just watched it. Like, ridiculous. Everyone that was trapped or covered for a huge loss yesterday, they felt some type of FOMO. People reversed their positions at the top all over the world, all kinds of banks. Main thing is the reversal yesterday happened because of margin calls. It happened because of in the morning, like before we even started talking, Russia was over there practicing like nukes, not actually shooting nukes, but like they were practicing the same like barrel that you use like to shoot nukes. and like they were they were just trying to spread fear, and like that was just a tiny bit of it, but that definitely is a part of it. Overall, we have like peak in earnings. Shopify came out, which is, it's supposed to have been strong indicator of like consumer like behavior and growth and health and stuff like that. That came out like 25% down. The margin calls from like all the big large caps and blue chips and stuff like Tesla, Amazon, Apple, like all that, and like people like buying at the last second, they all just start blowing up their accounts in the pools because like everyone bought on this day. And so, that just kept leading to margin calls. That's only like two things. There's so many things that like happened yesterday. Another one was Europe. They came out with their expectations for inflation, and it's at 10% by the end of the year. That by itself raised the dollar in the U.S. and raising the dollar, that they gave everyone a chance to peak in the dollar. And remember, like, we're at that point where we're in stagflation, and we're also like, going a little further. So the faster we get to the peak in the dollar, the more we're going to be at an economic growth in the negative, while our dollar's actually going to like keep going down too. So we're going to just keep working, and then everything's going to get cheaper, and then wages are going to keep going up, prices are going to keep going up, and it's already hitting that point, and like we're kind of peaking at 103 right now. And that's happening faster because other economies are going down, and then that affects our dollar as the reserve currency. It's after the Fed spoke yesterday, the dollar went down, which is what he's supposed to do, because it's a direct indicator of the demand in the like economy and in the stock market, and the Fed's job is to make sure that stays balanced. Main thing is when you had that big drop yesterday, even before everyone were reversing the margin calls and like three other things, it just put a peak in the dollar like even faster. And so if you put a peak in the dollar and then we get a peak in oil soon, that's like a recipe for a recession, a recipe for a crash. And main thing is the fundamentals are still damaged. The projection is still super negative. And then you just saw a lot of selling yesterday. It was ridiculous. What do you call it? Also, you had 3% reached on the 10-year bonds. And so that by itself, all the people that survived previous crashes, like if they were old enough, they're starting to not trust the Fed. They're starting to say, I'd rather put my money in gold and or in cash and other currencies and things like that. And they're just straight selling. Like it was a mixture of like all this like overlapping next to peak earnings, next to all these consumer spending like companies just coming out negative. And let's see if I wrote anything down. I did not. Oh, I have something on my lap. What is that? The point of like the market in the first place is to pick up the loose money. And so, loose money in the stock market, there's a lot of fake money out there. Fake money, like as in like extra printed. And when you're in a bear market and when you're in a recession and like things like that, you're trying to get those like loose change in between, like with all these like volatile drops. The whole time I got my eyes glued on SPY. If everybody's wondering what I'm staring at. And I also see, this going up to 450. I still think it still has more room. 520. Yeah, where's 140? Yeah, but Yeah, Ukraine war, rising dollar, peak earnings, margin calls, uh, loose money being taken, and then the crash survivors, the boomers, like everybody, uh, they just lost trust and they're out. So you're not even seeing shorting; you're seeing just massive selling until the point where more margin calls get like triggered, and we're talking about on the super large caps, like the ones that people thought would never go down like this fast, like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, and everything in between, and even the consumer defense and things like that. Uh, like we're expected to see it fall off a cliff. Um, but at the end of the day, like it still feels like a trap. I'd rather try to get the rebound on this, but yeah, but you already heard my plan. A little more detail on my plan. I'm putting 20K. I have 45K total. I'll put 20K in SPY, and I'll do. Oh, I don't want to do an option on a Friday. If I do, I'm definitely doing a month contract minimum, and then I'd only aim for like $4 at a time. Okay. Yeah, but let's see what you guys are doing. I'm struggling with the dollar concept. Can you do it with SIDU or anything running? I have a bunch of market data. I could not see you on Saturday and Sunday. Man, you almost exactly nailed BTTX yesterday. You said it was spiked to 3.1, sell off to 2.2, and spiked to 3.2 and sold off to 2.3. Can you explain a little how you came up with that? Just normal push and push like margin. What do you call it? Profit margin calls. Yeah, like squeezes like 20%. I don't even remember BTTX yesterday. But I just used the normal like squeezing percentages within the pattern, and then anything outside of that is just not the pattern anymore. It's broken. Yeah, it's all probability. Like just call it luck, and then controlled risk management. Uh, the extra 10 cents that you saw, that's just the extra like slippage, and that's what the slippage statistics are for. Um, mm. Main thing I'm trying to master is the SPY, and there's been a lot of stuff that happens like once every 20 years, and so it's hard to do that with, or hard to master it when you got stuff like that happening. I'm just like, how am I supposed to know this happened? Feel salty about it. Now, if I had a group of like 20 people that were like trading this with me, I want to say over half of them were revenge trading yesterday. Nah, I'm one of the ones that weren't. I was just watching the whole time. Had a lot of FOMO, but at the same time, I still think it's a trap. SIDU long 3.64. Okay, good job. He's the real GOAT. All right, so with this ISDU, I'm trying to treat it like an IPO pretty much. Because remember, it just merged with the company. It has like different fundamentals now. They're stronger fundamentals. As small stocks aren't as affected by the overall market, so like this can go down as much as it wants. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, the market cap on this was extremely low, and it had a lot of float. So just based off of that, like low market cap to float ratio, I just saw it going a little bit higher. So if I had to shoot this in like 2 tries, my first try would have been under the 140% mark, which would peak at like 380. I said 380, 480. And the next one would be, I think, 520. Hey, let me do the math now. Seven two. 4.72. Okay. Yeah, so it's 480. I don't even have to do the math now. I'm starting to get them. So the next one. Well, let's do it from the top graded already. The most. All right, we're already 4 times the size of pre-market. Liquidity is really strong then. Probably. Works. 20%. B. $5.5. About the same. With the low market cap, slippage will be actually in the bottom direction. All right, let's see. Also, is dollar block based off potential dollar volume or potential regular volume in the separate float and market cap zone? For me, it's kind of a mixture of both. But I think if you ask Steven, he'll just say the second one. Yeah, because like dollar block has been hard to calculate nowadays. Like you have to adjust it when a lot of money goes in and then the dollar block doesn't work, because at the end of the day it's pretty much trying to guess the capacity using hard to change variables. And what do you call it, only thing you can actually have is that like volume of that day, and then compare it to like previous capacities that you've been tracking like by hand. And when Steven does it, he does it like in bulk, and he adjusted like purely based off of data, and then everything after that point, like after the threshold is reached for like his historic data, then he just waits for like developments. In my case, I try to make it more intuitive, to where I'm just like, okay, are you medium, small, or like large? And then I just play with those levels within the pattern. But with him, I feel like he takes it a step further than that. Like even outside of the pattern, he can feel when the strength is coming, and then he'll like cover a lot earlier, and then like be able to top tick it. Like, yeah, but the concept's there. Got it. Oh man, thanks a lot. right, so this is at 4:06. Pretty sure that speaker already spoke. So let me look at Twitter, see what they said about him. How can I do that? There we go. I was like, I know I can split this. Bro, he loves making fun of Kramer. Posture. I thought he spoke already. Wait a second. Where's? Oh, it's over here. Oh, that makes more sense now. All right, so 4:05 to 4:50. We still got 30 minutes. Probably 15. No, like at least 15 until the rush comes. Based off of that, it should stay under 170. If it breaks it, then I'll make my first shot into the low 510s and then risk 50. 550. That the number? Yeah, 550. But that's the second one. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm risking the 140. So, no, that's the 280. The 140. Oh, yeah, that's the 470. Yeah. Okay. So 470. Then the backup is 550. Most traded area. Was that before? Ooh, what side was it? 420. You could definitely risk 30 cents. But the slippage will put you extra 15, 20 cents. But yeah, 470. Okay, let me just borrow something now. I still want to stall. But yeah, it's still want to stall. Yeah. Okay, let's get it. $0.50. Wait a minute. This is worth $6K to me. Kind of less. But I think it's going 70. 1300. $700. What?
day. But do off. They wouldn't do that until it hit. Bro, I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
I'm not spending $700 for this. Well, if I put in 6,000, I get 30%. That gives me 1,800, but I paid 7 for it, so I make 1.2. And then like 1.1, 1.2.
Okay, I make it back 1,000 at a time. Still sucks. See if I can get something cheap. Okay. This looks at least 10 cents per share cheaper. Yeah, it should blow past this anyway. Okay, 500. I can do that. Okay, give it 5. I want to go at 10.10. At that point, whatever it's at, then I'll go in. I just want to make sure I don't end up being that part of the short squeeze.
But let me see what they're saying before I forget. PY, where are you doing? No. Got it, man. I see what you're talking about. You'll have the anomalies and you just have to adjust. Yeah, that's what the variations are for. You just create a barrier, a frame of like opportunity, and then you just master every opportunity within that pattern, within the frame that you've tracked, and then you make variations up to those points, and then you just figure out which one is the most likely to happen, and you just wait for that point, and once you have something prepared, you don't even have to think about it, you just do it. My thing is I just have like these perfectionist kind of like traits, and it's super toxic. So if I make things too clear for myself, I'll try to make things too perfect and I just don't move. And so I have to keep a very vague line just to trick myself into actually taking action. And it sucks. But with Steven, it's the other way. He's more of like super disciplined. He's just like, okay, hits this point, I just go in. But he starts throwing in more statistics just so he can gain a little more each way, like lose a little bit less and stuff like that, because he knows how much he has to delay. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do on a chart. Like you can count pullbacks. Like if you have a tendency in like a gap up short to always get squeezed, instead of just waiting at a specific percentage, you can be like, I'm gonna wait 2 pullbacks when the volume exceeds it by this amount, and then you'd be like, oh, every 2 pullbacks this happens. Worst case scenario, another pullback happens, and then I'm at least down this amount, and then that's where you can like have your like max loss. At the end of the day, you just want to be prepared for what's gonna happen in a area where anything can happen. This keeps you from taking those like ridiculous losses. And so that's another reason why, like on SPY yesterday, where when it actually went past my like max loss area, I'm in a like deer in the headlights kind of state where I'm like full of hope, like something's gonna come back. This isn't normal. Things are gonna come back. It's because I was prepared, but I wasn't like resolved enough to actually do what I needed to do, because it was still unfamiliar in terms of like risk management, because options risk management is so freaking fast. I could have did it if it was a lot smaller position. Yeah, but am I missing the dip buy? So previously this would jump every $2-3. Yeah, they won't let 405 die that quick. Yeah, this might be the dip buy up to like 410. That's all I really want anyway. Yeah, because they'll definitely keep it below that. So this is supposed to be the bear trap. I just want to see if he spoke or not. Because like that's supposed to be my trigger. What's his name? Williams? Speaker. That's not his name. Just give me a name. John Williams. Yeah, New York resident. With that, I could do something. Oh, Spanish. Exactly what I needed. Wait, speaks today at 9:15. I guess he didn't say anything. Bullard, 7 p.m. Okay. Well, at the end of the day, we still got 2 minutes until I really want to go into this. In terms of liquidity, it's been 40 minutes and we're looking at 5 times the pre-market volume at this point. It definitely slowed down because the first 45 minutes, we had 30 million. Yeah, first 30 minutes, over 35. Now we're only at 4 after that point. Yeah, the rate went from tens of thousands per second. Okay, actually it's speeding up a little bit, but it might be going down. Okay. All right, I'm gonna size in a little bit. Worst case, if I put it at 420 now, it goes up to 470 tested, I can end up somewhere in the 450s. For right now, this is worth 2/3 of what I borrowed. I kind of want to do a third, but I'm not gonna. Nah. With this pullback though. Okay, so I showed it. You showed it F-ing KO for a quick slap, long SIDO for a moment, even closer shave. SIDU is hitting a bunch of chat rooms. Do you ever bother with that? Are you talking about chat room sniping? Nah, I haven't done that in a long time. Not waste your time with following them. Yeah, I only look at the chat room when people are like talking shit about yeah, but it's still fine. It's within expectation. Like in yeah, I'll talk about chat rooms in a second. Oh man, you're the best. I have so much data collection and adjustment to make. I am super detailed as well. It's just a ton of work. How much SIDU cost you for 1,300? 540, like around $500. 44 cents a share. Way too much. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Especially for a $4 stock. 4.38 long trapped. Oh no. Oh, you said you're trapped up here? Well, it you still have a chance. Uh, yeah, like if it was gonna reverse, it'd do it now. Let's see, if you're at 38, probably risking 10% would be 40. So you already hit that 10% mark. In terms of the pullback, let's see, 45 cents be 10%. 15% would be another 40 cents down on this. 70. You pretty much just risk this. But base merger, low market cap, 50 million volume, but 16 million market cap. 16 million float. It definitely has enough to be top heavy in the float area, but not the market cap area. And in terms of how much money they actually raised with that small market cap, I still think they want more before they take out their position, or whoever is pumping this, or not pumping it, but yeah, probably pumping it. It's merger. It's good news. It was mostly retail. I still think it has room to grow. Like, I'm okay missing these kind of plays, but at the same time, I still have so much FOMO from the previous day. If anything, I'm about to set up for my SPY, which had already bounced again. Okay, so he did speak at 9:15 ET, Eastern Time. It's 10:15. That's an hour ago. So if the Dove said something at 9:15, and it still went down, he probably said something negative. Okay, let's try. Go ahead. Latest. Nope, didn't help. What did he say? I don't even know where he spoke today. I don't want to just start like distracting myself too much. Put this over here. Oh man, thanks. I still have a chance to go out with Marissa Tomei, but with BBIG's potential for red to green. Someone did say that BBIG was in the charts today. $0.25. 52 million volume. No wonder you're not going that high. How is that taking your volume? Well, another $3 stock. Okay, this looks like it's actually about the. Like, I want to say this is the crack point, like 370. But it looks like it already did that at 3.67. Yeah. Hate it. Like I missed my 405 dip buy, and then I can't be decisive enough on the, not decisive. I just don't think this is actually worth it. Like on SSR, low market cap, big float, industry sector, merging news, or yeah. At the end of the day, it's odds. I just don't like these odds. And then for this one, I wanted to see some actual news from the guy, so I can feel like a little bit secure that this is a bull trap. But at the end of the day, this is just one of the opportunities on this. I definitely shorted after. I only want intraday moves on this SPY for now. I'll wait till Monday to actually do something long term. Yeah, because I'll definitely hold it at least a month. But if I do intraday today, I'd hold a 2-week contract and hold it just a day. The extra 2 weeks is just for leverage and possible mistakes or history breaking moments again. Tragic. Oh well. I can't focus right now. Okay, so would that pull some of the volume that ticker put more? With BPI's potential for red to green, would that pull some of the volume to that ticker and put more confidence in shorting SIDU? That's assuming you see it as a shift. Yeah, you're starting to get it. No, I am short average. No, I am short average 4.35. I was short BBIG 3.55. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I saw the 4.38 long trapped. I thought you went long. I was just like, bro, you about to get them hands, like you on the back end. I was like, if your chance, it was going away. See, the rush hour is now ending. It's at 10:20. Plus, yeah, he already said it. The BBIG potential red to green is taking up the volume. At the end of the day, I'd rather just sit on my hands after such a big loss in SPY. Because I feel like anything that I think won't be something I can trust myself to actually hold the appropriate amount of time to secure like the profits. Because again, I'm like a momentum kind of guy. If as soon as I start, I'm gonna just start painting the chart. Like not really painting, but like it's yeah. But since I already borrowed something, I should probably go in on this. So I'll wait till like a pullback. Let's think about it. The next time that this might have a reversal and then retest this like $4 and stuff, that'd be before 11 o'clock. Like if it does bounce back up, it has all this volume up here trapped. And that's over. Let's see, it took 30 million here, probably 20 million up here. Yeah, it's worth it. Go back up. Like if I catch it now, I'd be able to max get like 20% on it, which is good. Yeah, I just get my borrow fee back, so fine. Mm. Oh, I keep forgetting. I was supposed to look for that speaker. Like CNBC say something. Well, if you're now on Twitter, probably didn't come up as important, which doesn't seem right. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, other than like 9 o'clock, there was that like 9 o'clock yesterday, there was, Russia practicing nukes. There was also an article that came out that there's a 75% chance 75 points basic hike was on the table. And so like that was another thing that probably could have scared a lot of the people. Like it was all just like nickel and diming on people's like psychology, or like investors' psychology. Oh, wow! I skipped over it. No wonder. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it says I could just show you now that I know which one it is. Okay, so 410 to 380. We don't need red box anymore. Got the fear index at 28. Capped a lot of times at 27. We saw it go to 405, peaked at 28. Last time it went to 405, it went to 29. But what am I doing? Yeah, but John Williams, the master of doves, he said the Fed lost control, or at least that's what the title says. The Fed has lost control, and it warns of hyperinflation. And so remember, this is the dove. So the reason the market's going down right now is because the person that was supporting everyone to keep buying just said dump it. And like that's all you really need to know why this is going down. But how did I miss that? That's the main thing. Like scroll. It's not even coming up. But it's still not even coming up. Okay. If I didn't directly search for this, I wouldn't have found it. Yeah, it's not even showing up as obvious. Wait a second. Was that an old article? It was an old article. This is back in May. Wow. Wow. See that? That's me giving false evidence. I'm over here spreading panic. Mm. 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 Tragic. That's what happens when you look for something online and you get what you look for. Fed Kakish. What did I even do to get that up there? Oh, I put his name in there directly. Okay. So if he didn't get brought up, his name being in there directly, is he had a? Where's he speaking at? New York. 3 hours. Who blames Thursday sellout? Analyst. I just want a summary of like what's his opinion. I didn't expect it to be this hard to find. At least give me the name of the place he's speaking at so I can like look them up directly. Yeah, if everybody's wondering what I do all day, it's this kind of stuff. Yeah, see, they don't even tell you where he's speaking. Actually, it doesn't even have the estimates on there. It's probably because he's speaking now. Here. Oh well. I was short PPIG at 3.55. Psychology time. Where are the shorts covering at SIDU? So, if people remember, this was 100% up on the day as soon as we started. So there's definitely people that were stuck at the 380 before, 380, 370, and that's another reason why this was like a really important level, which it seems like is actually holding. 20% from this point, which would be like normal squeezing. So like early shorts are at 380. Add on another 80 cents, you're technically supposed to go up to here, but it looks like it's actually somewhere closer to 430. So early shorts, second shorts, crack. Now where's the cocaine? Yeah, at the point where, wait, what was the question again? Where are the shorts covering on SDU? Like the people that got in here, they didn't cover yet. Or if they did, that's probably why it went up. There's a lot of volume. 30 million on this, 20 million. And we're only at 56 right here. So like all this doesn't even equal 10. They're all holding. They're just waiting for the buyers to get out. This was a late day spike too. So most of the buyers are below like 350. That's on SSR. So 10%. Can't attack the bid. I can't even give a clear answer.
Where would I cover on? And see,
I wouldn't trade it without being in a rush. Because if I was here, I'd say cover at 410, but then it already has a top. But if I'm actually here at like 410, I say cover at like 470. If I chased it, say I chased it at like 380 because I thought it was gonna crack, I'd pretty much rest 75% of the crack, which would be not even a full 40 cents. Pretty much 30 cents off of this. So about 410, 415. Yeah, everything goes back to this. Yeah, back to 4, pretty much. Then at that point it squeezes up to like 480. Yeah, shorts cover at 4. It's just gonna just fade. In the next 30 minutes, probably retest like 380 area, or it's just gonna straight dump. Like at this point, there's 2 variations before midday that like I would trade. At the end of the day, I'm okay just taking the borrow loss because I still don't trust these odds. It's not that I don't trust them. It's more of I don't want to get into a bad habit of going into these all the time. At the same time, if I get stuck in this, like even a little bit, it's going to distract me from my intraday move on SPY. Because I still plan to dip by this thing if it goes back. Because once I find out what that speaker said, that much volume trap tends to see all day faders. Yeah, 30 million, 20 million. The 280 minimum. PTPI? No. This one has 16 million float. It's a lot bigger. Becomes harder to rotate. So makes it bullish. I'm tired now. You missed it, Dontez. Move on. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know. I'm just looking for SPY. Oh wait, it's already 10:30. All right, guys. I want to take a nap. I also don't want to miss this SPY. Like if we go down another $20 in a day, I want to see what happens. All right, guys. Be safe. Screen freeze. Yeah, I've had some connection issues lately. He bought it. Dump it. You got a short SIDU. Go for it, man. 1300-ish. If I shorted this, I would hold all day. We saw 3 to 5 pre-market volume pretty early. Yeah, you had you had to hit 40 million, and it was only 10 million pre-market in the first like 45 minutes. Actually, like the first 30 minutes. All right, guys. Peace. Have a good weekend. Auf Wiedersehen.